Priority question number 3 is in the name of Deputy Maureen O'Sullivan. Call on the Minister.
I'm going to warn the Deputy in advance, because there's been substantial work done in this area, that I have a very long reply, which I was very anxious to receive. There's no chance that Glas Ceann is going to let me get to the end of it, so what I am not able to read out, you will get in written form, obviously. I want to inform the Deputy there are currently drug-free units operational in 6 closed prisons: Mountjoy, Docus Centre, the Wheatfield, Clover Hill, Limerick, Cork prisons. There is an aggregate total of 472 spaces in these units, which currently house 421 prisoners, with 43 spaces presently available. The majority of units operate at or close to their capacity, and prisoners are only accommodated in such units when they meet the strict criteria which applies, including evidence of drug-free status. The breakdown of these aggregate figures is set out as follows. Mountjoy Male Prison, 34 spaces, with 34 prisoners currently in the unit and no space. No vacant spaces. Docus Centre, 60 spaces, with 44 prisoners currently in the unit, 16 spaces still available. Wheatfield Prison, 267 spaces, with 242 prisoners currently occupying the unit and 16 available. Clover Hill Prison, 52 spaces, with 53 prisoners currently in the unit and no spaces. Limerick Prison, 45, with 45 prisoners currently in the unit and no spaces. Cork Prison, 14, with 3 prisoners currently in the unit and 11 spaces available. I should say to the Deputy, this unit is only recently opened and established, and I expect that there will be more prisoners using the units in the coming weeks and days. The Deputy may be aware that as part of the Irish Prison Service Strategy Plan 2012-2015, drug-free units are to be established in all closed prisons with the exception of Arbour Hill. The Irish Prison Service anticipates that the establishment of these units will be completed by the end of this year. The Deputy may wish to note that in addition to the spaces available in the drug-free unit in Mountjoy Male Prison, there are up to 54 places available in the drug treatment programmes provided in the prison.
I have to interrupt the Minister there. The rest of the reply will be in
I'll
the
tell the Deputy,
report.
I'm thinking about a quarter way through the answer.
Deputy O'Sullivan, you have 1 minute.
Thanks very much for that, and I'll wait till I get the other information. Just thinking about this, I've come up with sort of 3 categories. There are those who are in prison who are drug-free and they want to stay so. And I think what the drug-free unit certainly is a way forward on that. So I did get the answer from you before. I was just wondering how far advanced that plan is. You say by the end of the year, but are you confident that it will happen by the end of the year, that there will be a drug-free unit in all of the prisons? Because I know there's overcapacity in some. Okay. Now, the second group would be those who are in addiction, but who want to go into recovery. And my understanding from people who work with these prisoners and the addiction services, etc., and the projects, is that because the services for those who want to come off drugs are so minimal in the prisons, that the advice that they are giving to prisoners is that they would stay using while they're in prison on a low dosage of methadone. So I think there is a dire need that if we want to work with these people who want to come off drugs, that there has to be more services going in that particular area. I think anybody who works with those in addiction, they have to work with people where they are at. And if a prisoner is at a point where they are in addiction and they want to start that recovery process, it has to start at that point.
Thank you, Deputy Minister.
Well, if I can say to the Deputy that the Irish Prison Service is providing a comprehensive range of drug treatment services, not just the units I described, and these are designed to meet the needs of the prison population as a whole. At present, any person entering prison giving a history of opiate use and testing positive is offered a medically assisted symptomatic detoxification if clinically indicated. Patients can, as part of the assessment process, discuss with healthcare staff other treatment options. Drug rehabilitation programmes for prisoners involve a significant multidimensional input by a diverse range of general and specialist services provided both by the prison service and visiting statutory and non-statutory organisations. Prisoners who on committal are engaged in an opiate substitution programme in the community will have their substitution treatment continued while in custody. Methadone substitution treatment is available in 10 of the 14 prisons, accommodating over 80% of the prison population. If I just conclude on this one note also, drug treatment pharmacist services are available in Mountjoy, Docus, Midlands and Portlaoise prisons. Pharmacists are responsible for all aspects of drug treatment, mainly methadone, dispensing, administration, recording, ordering, storage, etc. in these prisons, ensuring that drug treatment is provided on an equivalent basis to that available in the community. And if I could tell the Deputy, the HSE provides consultant-led in-reach addiction services to both Clover Hill and Wheatfield Prison, and Merchants Quay Ireland provides a national addiction counselling service for prisoners with drug and alcohol problems in prisons and places of detention where prisoners require such a service. There's a whole range of services available, Deputy, to prisoners who have drug addiction issues.
Thank you. Deputy O'Sullivan, 1 minute.
Minister, if all of those things were in place, then those who visit them in prison and who work with them in prison would not be coming back to me and giving me a statistic, for example, that of 550 prisoners in addiction in one prison, there is one counsellor. So what you're saying is not correlating with reality. My third group are those who are in addiction, but they're not at that space yet to start that recovery programme. So I'm just wondering what the status is of harm reduction interventions and the status of the needle exchange programme as well for prisons.
Thank you, Deputy. Final Prime Minister.
Well, I think, to be brief, I think when the Deputy sees the written reply that she's going to get, I cover all of the issues that the Deputy is raising, and if there's an issue that I haven't adequately addressed, I'm very happy to engage with the Deputy. She may write to me about the matter or table another question, or indeed, if she would like a briefing from the head of the prison service, I have no difficulty in arranging that for the Deputy. This is an issue I take very seriously. There's very substantial reform and change being implemented within our prison system to do everything possible to tackle the issue of addiction, both drug and alcohol addiction, and to try and ensure, insofar as we can, that we have a comprehensive range of available services.